Name that album. I am having one of those mornings. I've been up since 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep because I wasn't feeling good. I'll wait till the gator stops. So I've been up since 3 a.m. thinking I'll get ahead. I'm not feeling good, can't sleep. I'll get ahead, I'll work. So I'd wake up and I'm ahead of the game. But my editing software, which is Adobe Premiere, decided it wanted to glitch out on me today. And so instead of getting ahead from 3 a.m. till, sun up when I have farm work to do, I just tried to figure out how to fix a problem. And then I called customer support, which we all know how days like that go. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong. So now I'm waiting for a call back from customer support, which can take up to 2 days. When you're doing a daily vlog and your video editing software is bugging out and you get a 2-day wait period, that's a bummer. Maybe I'll edit this with Windows Movie Maker.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. It's alright. No bad days ever on the farm. Heaven forbid you whine on YouTube. Ooh, don't do that. I thought, we're gonna see which hay Millie liked more. I thought she would like the first cutting from everything I know.
Yeah, it is very different.
It seems that Millie has eaten more of the stuff she's used to. She did dabble into the blue second cutting. Looks like she's hardly touched the first cutting, which is very, very straw-like. It is very...
I mean, is this for, it's got stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not straw, but it's just more like...
it's not soft like that second cutting.
No, she likes the... I thought that was the third cutting, wasn't it, from last year?
We didn't get that third cutting last year.
No?
No.
Oh, because nobody had a third cutting?
Yeah, they sold it before we
Alright, so my bad. So we had second,
I wish.
and first.
I've never seen third cutting.
Yeah, look, she keeps going back for
Yeah, this stuff.
the stuff she knows. I like she does this little nose thing, like, ooh, I like you.
Yeah,
Granted,
Ron with
she
your
was
camera
like
today, huh?
A judge. What's that mean? Oh, I gotta talk about that. We were gonna cow milk. In the video, in yesterday's video, I have, like we separated the cows. If you were excited to see a cow milking today, don't be.
So were we.
Huh?
So were we.
Now let's witness the calming magic of camels. As an angry, just got off the phone with tech support when they didn't solve your problem, Ost goes and milks camels. Let's see what I come out on the other side as.
Just ignore his vibes. He's got fat.
Millie's gonna absorb my negative vibes and turn it into delicious milk. Right, Mill? Shall we milk today? Let's do this. Oh. Look at Mr. Solomon. Hey, buddy. Hi. What are you doing? Look, Mel. Alright, so the cows. We were going to milk the cows this morning, and as I went inside after yesterday's video, I went inside to some sickness.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about it? Or?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it's not a big deal, it's just you had a belly. Come on over.
Ding.
Ding.
It was me. I was the S word.
She was sick.
I'm adding new things back into my diet with our dietitian's help. Something I added made me so nauseous.
And we know it was that because nobody else got anything.
Yeah, it wasn't like food poisoning or anything.
Yeah, so I went inside like, we're gonna milk tomorrow. We're gonna milk camels and cows. And then Kay was like, I'm in the back, do not disturb.
Yeah.
And I was like, never mind. So I came out and I let the calves back on. We can start tomorrow milking them. But milking cows is different than milking camels. I can milk a camel any day, but milking cows and camels without Kay, I am proud to admit I would not want to do that without Kay. Look at all the starlings. Spring's coming. How do you clean, like, she's got all this dark poopiness.
I would brush it.
I'd like to get her clean so we can actually use it as a gauge as to her health, you know? Probably have to keep her. Yeah, where did I bring you, Mel? I want to brush you down, hon.
Camelback.
Hi, Mel. Just me. We have a very special guest coming on the show soon to help us out with training camels. One of the things I want to start working on is actually training these camels to be worked with. Millie's used to the dairy process, getting milked, but I'd like them to be handled more. I'd like to be able to take them for walks around the property so they can eat lots of the yummy things on the property that they would enjoy. I'd like to be able to ride this guy when he's older. So we have a lot of big plans for them, but to do that they need to be trained, and that's a baby step kind of thing, like, oh, backing up in dust right now. So we have somebody that's going to come on to the show soon and help us with some camel training, so stay tuned for that. Oh, what's there? Now that the morning chores are done, I have a big project I have to do, and I'm going to be using my measuring wheel, my fancy brand new
Resuming episode.
Podcast.
Clouds, and here's a map showing that.
Whoops. My fancy new measuring wheel. This is a Johnson measuring wheel. Basically, the way this works is as this wheel tick, 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 ticks across the ground, this meter that you see right by my face here goes up, registering. Are we going up there? That meter goes up. The numbers on the meter go up. Showing me how big the property is. Right now, I finally, oh my goodness, this has literally been like 3 months in the making. I have my final plan for my fencing. We're gonna be doing some high tensile fencing here this summer. And this is the final plan after doing it like 5 times, 5 different ways. I often suggest when you're designing for your homestead to design something at least 4 times, because your first design's never the best one. Somewhere around the 3rd, 4th, or 5th you'll get it, and usually it's a combination of ideas 2 and 3 I find. Idea number 1's always like, no, that's not good. Idea 2 and 3, you're like, oh, that's better. Ooh, that's good, but I don't like that. You mix the 2. Idea 4 is pretty close, and then by 4 or 5, you got it. So this is our map of what we're actually going to be doing here on the property for fencing. We're going to be fencing the whole, well, almost all of the field in the back. Not all of it, because specifically I want to leave some open for deer to come through, because part of filling the freezer every year is harvesting some deer. So I'm leaving them certain very key sections to be attracted to so that I can actually hunt them as they come into the field easier than just letting them have the whole field. And then the rest of the field is for my animals that are going to be up there pasturing. Cows, camels, chickens, and the new animals, which will be coming probably in about a week or 2 here. So what I have to do is I have to walk now this final plan with my wheel. I have to get a linear amount, very, very close to exact linear amount of fencing that we're going to do here. And that way I know how much we need to get for, like, I'm probably going to do like a 5-strand high tensile perimeter fencing. It'll go around our whole farm here. And then inside of that perimeter, we'll do our movable stuff. So our movable stuff will kind of divide it, and that leaves us very loose and able to adapt to the weather and what we want to do for managing the property. But if the animals ever get out, it's no big deal. They'll be in a perimeter the whole time. There'll be a couple different gates to get in and out of this area, and it should work really, really good. So let's go measure our perimeter. 2,886 linear feet. So that means that's one single strand of high tensile fencing. We then multiply that. If we're doing a 5 strand, we need 5 times that, 2,000 figure. We need about 2, 3, let's see, probably 4 gates in there. A lot of fiberglass posts, a lot of corner bracing. It's gonna be quite a project. But now I got my number. It's time to start ordering supplies because I wanna have these animals pastured through the whole growing season. And I would like to stockpile actually this coming year so that next winter, if it's 60 out in February like it was this year, I can keep grazing animals. We're always gonna have hay. I got hay stored in here. I'm never gonna stop storing hay. We got hay storage down below. We also have, we can fit about 400 bales up above in the hay loft. Always gonna get hay because stuff's gonna happen, winter's gonna happen. There'll be times where we gotta hay feed. And as we talked about in previous video, hay feeding on the pasture isn't a bad thing. Then you're reseeding your pastures, feeding your pastures, so that works too. But I would like to shrink, if we go through 400 bales in a normal winter, if we could turn that into 300, maybe 200, that's all that money back in our pocket to buy more animals, which we can make money off of. So we're just gonna keep working on pasturing, better systems here. It's already working so much better than it did last year. I already have a really good, easy to move system, easy water, easy everything so far. So it's gonna work a lot better than it did last year. And we have our dry lots, so if it gets muddy, if it gets mucky, if it gets wormy, whatever problems arise, we can pull the animals and put them on our dry lots. They're a good tool to have at your disposal. But we don't need them year-round, which makes me happy because I'd rather see the poop up in the field and I'd rather see the cows up in the field. Seeing cows, camels, chickens, whatever it is, up in the field in the grass, I like the sight of that. I like the sound of that. I just enjoy that. I'd rather see them up there than in the dry lot all day. So good things to come this year. Now I got to go inside, finalize my design, and then we're going to be ordering supplies. Be a big project. It's time for the Camel Train shout out. Today's Camel Train shout out, super quick, Eric and Donna. Eric and Donna are today's Camel Train shout out. Thank you for making this video happen, Eric and Donna. Heads up, your special one-of-a-kind Camel Train t-shirt is on the way. And you have lifetime access to the Pioneer program too, so enjoy that. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of the Camel Train. Let's get back to the video. Ow, there's a thorn in my pocket. That hurt. Well, my day has definitely improved since this morning's annoying thing. I fixed the problem with my video editing software, which you know because you're watching this video. If I hadn't fixed it, then, well, you wouldn't have been watching this video. Certainly not when you're watching it. And then I also got my video out for today, which was good. I wasn't sure that was gonna happen. And I got to measure the property and get that ball rolling. And now I'm gonna get to milk the camels. And I'm going to attempt at milking the camels by myself today. We'll see. I've been out with them in the yard, working with them. And yeah, it should be good. Let's see if this works. I gotta get him in first. There's something very calming about working with camels. They are unlike any other livestock that I've ever worked with. And I am thoroughly enjoying them. Sorry, Mel. Couple small little things that we do just to keep the milk as clean as possible. I put this little, what would you call that? Like cheesecloth, but it's very fine. I put that over the top to catch any dust or dirt, keep it from falling in. And then I wear my rubber gloves. These are not latex gloves. These are nitrile gloves, allergy free. Now yesterday we had trouble getting her to let down. Let's hope today by myself we don't have the same trouble. One of the things I got to be able to do when I'm milking by myself is I have to be able to pull Solomon back but stay right here where I have to milk. So I have to rig up a little something with his lead. I wrap it around the pole right here, and I'll be able to pull that on it, but it'll pull him the other way. So if I wrap this around that pole there, then when I pull on it, he'll be pulled away from me, not towards me. Let's go, let's eat something here, buddy. And once he starts the letdown, I have a rag on me that I use. This is a clean rag every day, a fresh rag. I wipe the teats off. Make sure when I wipe the teats, I'm checking to make sure that there's no infection, there's no blood, there's no problems, and also just wiping away Solomon's spit because it's very slippery and it's hard to milk with slippery calf spit. No different than cow calf spit. That's also very slippery. One surefire sign Millie's about to let down. She poops every time she's about to let down. So that is a good sign. And Solomon's so well trained, he already has moved back to eating, knowing it's time for me to milk. And I can keep that leash in my hand, in one hand, keeping it tight so he doesn't come too close to me here. And I can milk with the other if she lets down here. She hasn't let down yet. Here we go, we got a let down. That's great. We're going to time me here and see how long does it take to milk a camel. Now this is the afternoon milking, it's always a little faster. Don't get quite as much milk in the afternoon milking. I said that before. Pretty much got the front two teats already milked out. Switch hands for the back teats. Good camel, Mel. What a good camel. All right, there it is. Afternoon milking, about the same amount we get every time. That was fantastic. Her teats are no more chapped teats, no blood, no issues there. Everything's looking great. This was a really good evening milking. Everything in the barn likes milk. I hear people say this all the time. Human beings are the only mammals that drink milk when they're adults. No other mammals will drink milk once they get older. That is such baloney. My adult dog will drink any milk he can get his face in. My adult cat will drink any milk they can get their face in. Trust me, everything loves milk. So I put it safely on that ledge so that all these adult animals running around that supposedly don't drink milk don't get into my milk. The only reason that more adult mammals aren't drinking milk is because they get weaned. Their mamas say, hey, I'm done. And Millie will wean us and her Solomon there as well eventually if she has another calf. And at that point we'll have her dried off anyway, because at some point you gotta let them focus on building that baby and not feeding you. But while we are getting milk right now from her, we are freezing it. This milk is precious to Kay and the baby. It's the only milk that Kay can have right now. So we're all having a little bit of it, but we're squirreling a lot of it away. We're freezing milk right now, and that's all going in the freezer.